item for tonight, I have a statement regarding the dispatch center funding. As many of you know, an interlocal agreement was put into place roughly 12 years ago to establish a consolidated dispatch center in Madison County. At that time, there were 4 separate dispatch centers. This consolidation reduced the countywide cost of covering these services and improved efficiency and communication between our citizens and first responders. When the dispatch center was set up, the county funded the building of the dispatch center and the purchase of radios and equipment for other municipalities. 14 municipalities paid dispatch fees during the 10-year interlocal agreement. 12 of those municipalities have continued paying dispatch fees while waiting on a new agreement. Those fees paid for operational costs of the dispatch center. The county, in addition to the dispatch fees that it pays, also continues to pay on the bonds that were used to purchase the radios, and at times additional money for maintenance costs or other expenses. During the 10-year interlocal agreement, and in the 2 years following its expiration, dispatch fees for the municipalities have remained set at the original price. As operational costs due to inflation have increased, the fees for the municipalities have not. The leadership of the dispatch center has worked hard to run an efficient operation. The interlocal agreement stated that at the end of the 10 years, all parties would negotiate in good faith to put a new agreement in place. Our commissioners have been working on this negotiation for over 3 years now. Unfortunately, Elwood and Alexandria have concluded that they no longer have an obligation to pay dispatch fees, but they expect the same services. It has also been shared with me by several representatives of other municipalities that Elwood has approached them to try to get them to stop paying dispatch fees and put the entire financial burden on the county. I am thankful for those who understand the importance of this operation and have refrained from taking this destructive path. I have reviewed the emails between Elwood and Madison County and that were part of this negotiation. From what I have seen and from conversations I've had with Commissioner Richwine, our attorney, and others, I am of the opinion that Elwood and Alexandria have not been negotiating in good faith. In 2024, the county has appropriated $1,522,523 to the operational cost of the dispatch center. Second to the county is the city of Anderson at $1,172,523. Both Elwood and Alexandria were paying $90,000 per year, but have not paid dispatch fees in over 2 years, while we have continued to provide the same services to their communities. After many attempts at negotiation, it was concluded that we needed to investigate other paths to settle this matter and to make sure that first responders and the citizens of Madison County would still have the full services of the dispatch center and its employees, who are an integral part of the public safety family. It was determined that a resolution could be passed by the tax council that would allow for dispatch fees to be held from each municipality prior to settlement. In other words, the fees would be taken off the top, then the municipalities would receive the remainder of the public safety tax revenue. Knowing we would need a majority vote of the tax council under the current circumstances, this would require the resolution to be passed by the Madison County Council and the Anderson City Council. The idea was presented to the president of the Anderson City Council. At first, he seemed to support the idea. He scheduled a special meeting for the City Council to discuss and decide on this resolution. Public notices were sent out. This resolution was originally on our agenda for tonight, and it was on the agenda of the special meeting at the Anderson City Council that would take place on July 18th. Last week, I was notified by a member of the Anderson City Council that their president had canceled the meeting and would no longer allow this to be on their agenda. I and others made attempts to contact him to request that he reconsider, but at this point, it is my understanding that his mind has not changed. Without the help of the Anderson City Council, this resolution will not make it through the Tax Council, so it would be frivolous for the County Council to consider this resolution tonight. Therefore, I have removed it from the agenda. We must consider a different approach to ensure adequate funding for the dispatch center operations. Myself and others involved in this discussion have been told by representatives of Elwood that they believe the answer is for the County Council to pass a P.S.A tax. This would be a tax increase for the citizens of Madison County. So simply put, they do not want to pay dispatch fees anymore. They want the citizens of the entire county to pay increased taxes. I conveyed my opinion that this was not a real option. I do not intend to bring a tax increase to this council, nor do I believe a tax increase would pass if I did bring it to this council. I encourage them to work with us on a realistic option. They continue to insist that this is the appropriate path. My personal belief is that they are playing politics with public safety, and it saddens me. My personal belief is that they are playing politics with public safety, and it saddens me. This is an issue that must be solved with a practical solution, not a tax increase. I have spoken to Commissioner Richwine, and we intend to have conversation in the near future about other ways to relieve the financial strain on the dispatch center due to those who choose not to pay for the services provided to them. Unfortunately, this may mean looking closely at the services offered by a dispatch center and making decisions on what services can and cannot be offered. So I will keep you all posted as things develop.